Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we're here again at Matchless Gifts, 22nd Avenue, reading Srila Prabhupada's books and the divine holy presence of Srila Prabhupada in the place where it all began.
Yeah.
And for us, it might be where it all ends as well.
I don't know.
Well, you never know. It's got to end somewhere. Anyway. So, where are we reading from?
Canto 4, Chapter 20, Text 15.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Text 15, Lord Vishnu continued, my dear King Prithu, if you continue to protect the citizens according to the instructions of the learned Brahmana authorities as they are received by the disciplic succession by hearing from master to disciple, and if you follow the religious principles laid down by them without attachment to ideas manufactured by mental concoction, then every one of your citizens will be happy and will love you. And very soon you'll be able to see such already liberated personalities as the four Kumaras, Sanaka, Sanatan, Sananda and Sanat Kumar. Purport. Lord Vishnu advised King Prithu that everyone should follow the principles of Varnashram Dharma, that in whatever capacity one remains within this material world, his salvation is guaranteed after death. In this age, however, since the system of Varnashram Dharma is topsy-turvy, did Prabhupada say that? It is very difficult to strictly follow all the principles. The only method for becoming perfect in life is to develop Krishna consciousness, as Varnashram Dharma is executed from different positions by different men, so the Krishna consciousness principles can be followed by everyone in every part of the world.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's in, topsy-turvy. Is that Prabhupada original? But anyways, Prabhupada has said a modern day caste system has abused this concept of Varnashram Dharma. So people don't really want to know about it, you know? Which is unfortunate. And it's, quite silly really. Quite silly. I've given the examples before anyway of my experience. I mean, you're not affected by it growing up in a Indian family, but in London as such, it's only a certain older generation that get into it. You know, my generation, what caste do you, what this, what that, what, you know. But unfortunately, the other generation is. So like, when my best friend at school, I even told him they're considered Shudra class, and some lady who considers herself Brahmin class. I'm not sure, some sort of sangha or some program they were having at their house. She walked in and found out what their surname was, and that's, you know, so it's like, oh, so what, you're a Shudra? Yeah. She walked out again. I mean, this is in London, such and such. Yeah, what are you doing, you know? These people were decent people, working decent jobs and clean house and whatever. And my friend told me at school this happened, and it was really hurtful and makes you, and you think, am I like 200 years back or something, so, you know? It was like that. She was like, what? I was like, wow, that's so sad. Like, what is that? So, topsy-turvy at best.
Well, it's obviously, sorry, you finished?
Yeah, I was just said it twice for dramatic effect, but never mind.
Well, say it 3 times and make it real.
No, it's not.
Say it.
I will not.
Okay. So, it seems that it's the nature of the conditioned living entity to discriminate. Of course, discriminating can be a very positive thing, That's what separates us from the animals, according to Scripture, that the human beings have the capacity to discriminate between what is right and what is wrong. But to discriminate, to be prejudiced, to have racial discrimination, sexual discrimination, all of these kind of different things have been going on for a very long time. It's a nature of the conditioned living entity to think that who I am and what I do is right and it's the best and anything else is lower. But yeah, you're bringing up this point about the caste system as it relates to Varnashram Dharma, or the Varnashram system, because it divides people into social groups, social groupings or categories. Now, of course, Srila Prabhupada, he said, recently I heard, it's not clear where he said this, but he said that 50% of his work is yet to be completed, or 50% is completed, but the rest needs to be completed, which is the establishing of Varnashram. But also, in different places, Varnashram is considered material. But here we see Prabhupada is saying that Varnashram Dharma can help people to develop Krishna consciousness, which means that's something slightly different. That's devi Varnashram, which is divine Varnashram, which means it's focused on making spiritual advancement and spiritual progress, not just making material progress, if that makes sense. So, but I think it's interesting that the verse also, I was thinking you could really make a list of the things put in the verse here. If you continue to protect the citizens according to the instructions of the Brahmin authority, so you have to take instruction from the Brahmanas, and as long as they're received in disciplic succession, by hearing from master to disciple, so it's explaining disciplic succession. And if you follow the religious principles laid down by them, means the previous acharyas and the brahmanas, so you have to follow religious principles, and you have to protect the citizens and under the guidance of the brahmanas, without attachments to ideas manufactured by mental concoction, which means don't try to make it up yourself. You have to just follow the guidance of the brahmanas. And then the result will be that every one of your citizens will be happy. I mean, can you imagine if you went to any of the leaders in the world today and said, here's the formula, protect the citizens according to the advice of the brahmanas who are in disciplic succession, don't mentally speculate about how to do this, just follow their instruction, and all your people will be happy, and they'll love you, and very soon we'll be able to see, and soon you will be able to see the four Kumaras. Pretty powerful, huh? But who's going to do that? Prabhupada would say it time and time again. We have the solution, but people were just like, what is this old man talking about, So, next paragraph. There is a specific purpose in mentioning herein that one should follow the Dvijagriyas, the most prominent brahmanas, like Parashara and Manu. These great sages have already given us instructions on how to live according to the principles of Varnashram Dharma. Similarly, Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami have given us rules and regulations for becoming pure devotees of the Lord. It is essential, therefore, to follow the instructions of the acharyas in the parampara system who have received the knowledge as passed down from spiritual master to disciple. In this way, although living in our material condition of life, we can get out of the entanglement of material contamination without leaving our positions. Again, Prabhupada is really stressing on this point of not giving up what you do, whatever it might be, street sweeper, president of the United States, or president of wherever, banker, cowherd, military man, whatever it is. You don't give up your position. One simply has to hear from the perfect source. This is called parampara. And follow the principles for practical application in life. Thus, one can attain the highest perfection of life, liberation, and go back home, back to Godhead. So I find often also Prabhupada seems to intermingle this idea that we're not interested in liberation and explaining liberation of going back to Godhead. But I think we were just reading, maybe it's in Teachings of Lord Kapila Dev, that Prabhupada is saying again and again that a devotee is not interested in any of the five forms. He's prepared to go to hell to serve the Lord. So like that. Unfortunately, go back to Godhead. In other words, the change required is a change in consciousness, not in the body. Unfortunately, in this fallen age, people are concerned with the body, not with the soul. They have invented so many isms pertaining to the body only, not to the soul. So, yeah, there it is. It's a simple process. We just have to change our minds, change our consciousness. You know, what is it? I always remember from the Matrix film when whatever his name was, Neo, I think, when he went in to see the Oracle, and there were all these special kids there trying to find out if they were the one. And there was one kid, like monk-looking kid, bending this spoon, and he was watching him, and he said, "Wow, how do you do that?" And he said, "You don't bend the spoon, you have to just bend your mind." Like that. So we have to...
I should try that when I make the lunch.
Yeah, sounds good. Today's Ekadasi, so even if it doesn't work out, we can all bend our mind around eating. Not eat if we have to.
Right.
Like, what was it, Peter Pan and the boys? What were the boys called?
I don't know.
Not the wild boys. They were called the forest boys.
I don't know.
If you know, put it in the thing. It's not so spiritual, but Peter Pan, was ever useful. He is kind of a manifestation of Krishna.
The Lost Boys.
The Lost Boys. That's it. Well done. Hari Hari. Yeah, they used to pretend to eat and be in ecstasy. So you can try that today.
Right. See how long that lasts. Next paragraph. In the modern age of democracy, there are so many government representatives voting for legislation. Every day they bring out a new law, but because these laws are only mental concoctions manufactured by inexperienced, conditioned souls, they cannot give relief to human society. Formerly, although the kings were autocrats, they strictly followed the principles laid down by great sages and saintly persons. There were no mistakes in ruling over the country, and everything went perfectly. The citizens were completely biased. The king levied taxes legitimately, and therefore the situation was very happy. At the present moment, the so-called executive heads are more or less selected from materially ambitious persons who simply look after their own personal interests. They have no knowledge of the sastras. In other words, the executive heads are fools and rascals in the strict sense of the terms. And the people in general are shudras. Oh dear. The combination of fools and rascals and shudras cannot bring about peace and prosperity in this world. Therefore, we find periodic upheavals in society in the forms of battles, communal rights, and fratricidal quarrels. Under these circumstances, not only are the leaders unable to lead the people towards liberation, but they cannot even give them peace of mind. In Bhagavad Gita it is stated that anyone who lives on concocted ideas without reference to the sastras never becomes successful and does not attain happiness or liberation after death. This combination, Prabhupada says, this combination of fools and rascals and shudras is blasting everyone, not just the leaders, but people. What have we done?
Well, yeah, you're a fool, you're a Muda if you don't make yourself knowledgeable, if you don't make yourself intelligent, So
yeah, because then you complain about the people in power, but you put them there.
Theoretically, yes. And
well, if you don't do anything about it.
Well, I mean, what you're supposed to do.
Revolution.
Yeah! Sorry. Yeah, I mean, we're not politically charged here or not trying to be controversial or anything.
Trying to overturn the United States or anything.
Krishna, Krishna.
No, but it's true. It's like, yeah, the leaders ain't worth following. And sadly, people, if you just talk amongst the general population, they ain't got a clue, you know?
Well, I think it's, people feel so disconnected, even if you do have a right to vote, it seems like it somehow doesn't make a difference. No matter what side you're on, either side feels the same. And then it's like, what is the, I don't think so.
It is.
And then what is the situation? Hello, sir.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, you put a satsang?
We're filming something, but no problem. You're here to have a look around or just visit? I think you were at Wednesday.
I just see open and I just want to say hello to Prabhupada.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, so like that. Well, maybe we can just conclude here then.
Yeah.
Because the next one is also, well, it's not so long. Well, maybe let's read one more. All right. Do 16.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's you, isn't it?
Okay. My dear King, I am very captivated by your elevated qualities and excellent behavior, and thus I am very favorably inclined toward you. You may therefore ask from me any benediction you like. One who does not possess elevated qualities and behavior cannot possibly achieve my favor simply by performance of sacrifices, severe austerities, or mystic yoga. But I always remain equipoised in the heart of one who is also equipoised in all circumstances. Now, isn't that an amazing verse? I made some notes here, just wanted to see. Yeah, Vishnu is offering this benediction due to good character and behavior, not simply out of sacrifice. And then the purport. Lord Vishnu was very pleased with Maharaj Prithu's good character and behavior and offered him a benediction. The Lord openly says that performing great sacrifices or undergoing the austerities of mystic yoga practice cannot satisfy him. He is pleased only by elevated character and behavior, but these cannot develop unless one becomes a pure devotee of the Lord. Anyone who has developed unalloyed, unflinching devotional service unto the Lord develops his original good qualities as a spirit soul. Take care, sir. Take care, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Hare. The spirit soul, as part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has all the good qualities of the Lord. When the spirit soul is contaminated by the material modes of nature, one is considered good or bad, with reference to the material qualities. When one is transcendental to all material qualities, all the good qualities come out. So, when one is transcendental to all material qualities, all the good qualities come out. It's interesting. So if you're transcendental to all the material qualities, then the good ones come out. Okay, let's read what it says. These qualities of a devotee, these qualities of a devotee, 26 in number, are listed as follows. 1, kind to everyone.
Number 2, does not quarrel with anyone.
With his wife or husband. Anyone. 3, fixed in the absolute truth.
Number 4, equal to everyone.
5, faultless.
6, charitable.
7, mild.
8, clean.
9, simple.
10, benevolent.
11, peaceful.
12, completely attached to Krishna.
Jai. 13, has no material hankering.
14, meek.
15, steady.
16, self-control.
17, does not eat more than required.
18, sane.
What was that one?
Sane.
Sane.
Not crazy.
19, respectful.
20, humble.
21, grave.
22, compassionate.
23, friendly.
24, development of the transcendental quality.
No. 24 is not development of anything.
Oh, 24, poetic.
She's a poet and don't know it. Couldn't even read it. She seed it. 25, expert. Very expert.
And one for him, number 26, silent. Ain't never gonna happen. Alright. The Lord is satisfied by development of the transcendental qualities of the living entity, and not by artificial performance of sacrifices and mystic yoga. In other words, unless one is fully qualified to become a pure devotee of the Lord, one cannot expect to be liberated from material entanglement.
Well, there you go, and there you have it, and there you are. Okay. All right, so I think we'll conclude here.
Yeah.
Sort of speaks for itself. So we have to become transcendental to the material qualities, and then these good qualities will automatically develop. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai. 26nd Avenue Matchless Gifts ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Bhava Bhakti Devi ki jai. Go Premanandi.
Jai.
Hari Hari Bol.